Priyanka, and currently I'm working in Radiant Tracking, and I have about 2 to 3 years of experience in Salesforce administration. And I have, during this tenure, I have had the opportunity to work in various aspects of Salesforce administration, like user management and working with certain assignment rules, validation rules, and uh, likewise other day-to-day admin activities like setting up the roles and profiles and
Mm-hmm. So
mm,
apart from it,
yeah.
like how many clouds you have worked? Because Salesforce has a multiple clouds. So on which cloud you have worked? I mean, in Salesforce.
I have majorly worked on Service Cloud
Mhm.
and somewhat in Sales Cloud as well.
Okay. So do you also get a chance to on Service Cloud, right?
Yes, Service and
So
Sales.
basically, you work on the admin side only, right? In your experience, I think you have 3 years of experience, if I'm not wrong.
Yes, yes.
Okay, so you work on user management and these validations rule and out of box automations, right? This whole area you have worked.
Yeah, small, yeah,
Okay.
assignment rules, approval processes and all. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah, that's fine. Okay, then let's start with the basic questions. So when we have the profile, why we need for the permission set? Why it's required when we have the profile, because we can do everything on profile. Then why it's required on the permission set?
So we require permission sets basically to grant access and basically to grant more access than what they actually have on their profiles user actually have on their profile. So basically it's just to extend whatever they have in their profiles without changing the profile of the user.
So, I mean, what is the major difference? I mean, what do you understand? What is the primary difference between profile and permission set?
So in a profile we can uh, as like profile is a mandatory for all the users, and in profiles
Mhm.
we have as an admin we have the ability to grant the user any particular user the create, read, edit, access, update access.
No, no,
And if
but same thing we can do on permission set level. Now we can give the access, read, write, create, delete. I'm just asking what is the primary difference between permission set and profile?
so majorly it is just to extend if for example there are two users who are on the same profile, and for one of the users we want to uh, grant them additional access on some field or some object, so
Mhm.
we would be able to do it with the help of permission set despite of changing their profile. But and so that is the major difference, like
What
without
we
changing the
what we
yeah.
can do using profile and what we cannot do using the permission set. I mean, do you think like there is any features we can do with using the profile and that we cannot do using the permission set? Any kind of that scenario you have faced or like about it?
mm,
Okay,
Nothing
no worries.
I think.
So see, that is the primary difference is profile you can use whenever you want to restrict it to user, right? You want to give some access or you don't want to give some
Yeah,
access. But in
right,
case,
right.
when you want to enhance the access for the same user or multiple user, then permission set come into the picture. So that is the primary difference
Correct.
between profile.
Yeah, right. With the help, yeah, with permission sets, we cannot restrict any user, but with
Right.
permission, with while we, yeah, we restrict the user with the help of profile.
Correct. Correct. Okay.
Yeah, correct.
So the next question to you, let's say, I'm the business owner, okay? I'm telling you my scenario. So
Yeah.
there is one user who's going on leave for 30 days, right? And I don't want to, I just want to use that license until that user going on leave. Or, there is another user who's going to leave for 10 days. but I don't want to use that license, but I want to restrict it to users that will be not able to log in for those 10 days, right? So my question is, first question, one of the sales user is going for the leave, that is a 10 days leave, right? And I want to
Yeah.
make sure that user should not be able to log in Salesforce system for those 10 days. And for second sales user, my question is to you, I have a user, he's going to leave for 30 days and I want to free that license. So, because as you know, we are paying each and every license to Salesforce, right? So I want to use that license for someone. So when later he will come, so we can assign the license, but for now I can use it. So how you will, achieve these two scenarios here? Can you just explain your understanding? Did you get the
Sure.
question, first of all?
Yeah, I got the question. So, for the user who is going on a 1 month leave and we want to free up the license, for in that particular case, we will deactivate that user
Okay,
so that the license is freed up and that license can be used.
okay. And for first case?
For and for the first scenario, wherein the sales user is going on a leave for 10 days, um, uh, what exactly was the question? If you could repeat for
Yeah,
the
so the
first part.
question is user should not be able to log in those 10 days. Let's say the user is going to leave on 1st July to 10 July. So my scenario is don't want to log into user in system, or let's say he's as personal system or like office system. So he should not be able to log in the system those 10 days where he was going to leave, right? So that is the requirement I have.
So in that case, we can freeze the user.
Okay. So any difference between, freezing the user and deactivate the user?
Yes, so the major difference is this only, that when we are freezing a user, the
Mhm.
Salesforce license is still occupied,
Okay.
and we cannot that license cannot be used by any other user. We cannot give that license to any other user since
Yeah,
that
that's right.
user is not completely deactivated and is freezed. And when we deactivate the user, uh, the license is freed up so that we can
Got it.
utilize it for the other user.
Yes, yes, got it. Okay. So now my question to you, do you ever get a chance to, create a many-to-many relationship? I'm not asking about the theoretical knowledge. I'm asking, let's say, you have some project requirement and anytime you get a chance to implement, or let's say there is already implementation and you got a chance to have some additional things on that. Let's say you created a floor, let's say you created some other fields. So do you have the idea about it, the many to many relationship in Salesforce?
I do have idea about many to many relationship, but I am unable to recall why when I last worked on it.
Okay. So do you know
Yeah, but
any example in Salesforce standard object which are having the many to many relationship? Can you just let me know, like if you know that?
uh, there is product
Okay.
and uh, uh, product line items is product line item and price book. That's I'm not wrong. Yeah, they these
So
are
what
some
you said,
objects
what you
that
said, product and other two items are product and
product line items and price book.
no, no, product line item is not an object, right? I think that will be something else. So there are product and there are price book and there are price book entry, right? If you are saying that, otherwise there is opportunity line items, there is product and there is opportunity, right?
Correct. Yes,
These
yes.
are
There's
the things
opportunity
there. Yeah.
as well. Yeah.
Right. Okay. Fine. So, do you know about the sales process in Salesforce? What is the sales process?
Yes. Yes.
Okay, can you just let me know like how sales processes work? And let's say if my business has a requirement, I need to create a two sales process, then how will you configure that?
So basically, sales process is is actually a sequence. It's basically a process of how sales is made, like from how we get a lead, and from the lead how we convert that lead into a prospect, and from prospect how we convert that into a potential customer.
Mhm.
So the entire process from lead generation up to the contact creation, that is like customer creation, that is basically the sales process. So all the stages that come in between, it is a part of the sales process. So yeah, if
So can
this is
we
what you
add the custom stage, or like we have to use only standard pick list value there?
no, we can add custom stages if we want.
Okay, so let's say I have a two types of client in my system. One is the direct client and the another one is a partner client, right? So let's say if simple terms I say you, there are two types of client I have and I need to create an opportunity, right? Then how will you configure that? And business want there should be two different types of opportunity, and definitely there will be different UI whenever user is going to create an opportunity record. So when it's going to create for partner, it should be show the different fields, and when he's going to create for direct, so it will show the different opportunity fields for input, take the input from user. Then how will you be make sure like this configuration will be successfully done? Can you just go through with the process if you know that?
For this, as far as I know, like we will create two different page layouts, and then assign those page layouts to different record types. Is what the basic for, like if we have an opportunity and we want two different UIs for it, so we will make different page layouts and then assign it to different records as per the user, like what user we are using which record type.
Okay, so how can I control that access on user level? I mean, we have the different profile, right? And I want to show those record type to different on the basis of profile level. Let's say there are a manager, there are sales user, and there are partner users. How can I control that? Do you have any idea about it?
Uh, so we have a report type, and how we can is what you are asking.
Yeah, how you can control the access?
With the help of role hierarchy.
No. I'm asking about the, record, as you are saying, like you will be configure here page layout and record type. That is fine. That is correct process. But let's say
Mm,
I have a requirement. So whenever you are going to create an opportunity, because I don't want to confuse user, right? I don't want to show both, layout there. So I want to make it appropriate. Let's say if it is sales user, so sales user will be able to see the direct page layout. If it is partner user, then he should be only able to see the partner layout on the opportunity. When he create the, he will click on the new button and he will see able to UI, right? When you're going to create the new record. So that is my question.
yeah. Actually, I'm getting confused with the question. The question is not
No
very
worries.
clear.
No worries.
Uh,
Let me again explain you. So the question is, you have created the page layout and you have created the record type. Okay. So if
yes,
you see
yes.
sometime in your business scenario, when you click on new opportunity, let's say it is any record, but I'm just taking an example here for the opportunity. Okay. You click on new button and you will be able to see, because you have the two record type. So until unless you don't have any control there, so you will be able to see the two options there. Let's say partner layout and let's say direct sales, right? Because you have the access for all right now. So you have to
Yeah,
choose one of them, right? I mean, if you are going to create for new opportunity for direct sales, then you have to select the direct sales. If you are going to select for partner, then you have to choose the partner, right? But
right,
my requirement is here, if that user is belongs to the partner profile, or let's say it is partner role, then he should only able to see the partner layout there when he click on the new button on the opportunity. Okay. And if it is the sales user, then he should be able to see the direct sales opportunity record. That is my question to you. Did you get it now?
Yes, yes. I got the question. I'm trying to understand, like, process how
Right. Yeah.
that is achieved. Allow me a minute, please. Mm. So sorry, Rahul. I'm not able to recall.
Okay, no worries, no worries. So, let me explain you how you can do this. So that is something, do you ever hear about the page layout assignment?
Yes.
Yeah, so that's what you can control using the record type on the profile only. So this feature you cannot control on the permission set. That's what I'm saying to you. Due to the Salesforce limitations, you have to control on the profile level. You can check it later, right?
Can
Uh,
I write down the question, Rahul? Please
yeah,
allow
sure,
me a minute.
sure, sure. No worries. You can do.
Yeah,
Are you
yeah, yeah,
comfortable?
yes.
Are you comfortable to writing the SQL queries?
No, Rahul.
Okay, no worries.
I mean,
Uh,
not that much. I mean, I
no, that's
I
fine.
have
But
used
I'm just asking
SQL.
like, if you have get a chance to work on that, so that's what I'm asking to you. That's not a problem. I mean, you are the admin side, so that questions maybe come to you. But yeah, so I'll suggest you just have a go through on that area as well, because profile this SQL query is not much complex. You have to be just do some practice, right? So just
Yeah.
with it, because this is very important topic. Anytime you are doing anything in Salesforce database, so to avoid always writing a report, so you can just go to the developer console and write an query, right? You can retrieve the data.
Okay.
Yeah, so that will really help you. Okay, no worries. So do you have a ear about what is the data skew in Salesforce?
The data skew.
Yeah.
I have heard of the terminology, but I haven't actually had a chance to uh,
Yeah, you.
like
Okay,
encounter this ever.
got it.
So what
No
my
worries.
understanding is, like, when in large companies, one particular user has more than 10,000 records. I mean, he's the owner of more than 10,000 records.
Yes.
So while data import, the I mean, uh, this much amount of data is not able to load, so which gives an error.
Right,
So
right. Yeah.
so yeah, this is my understanding about data scheme.
Correct, correct. So you can just go through more on it. Like it will be, very nice topic in Salesforce, and it will be always whenever there is, as you said, like large amount of data, and
Yeah.
it will be also impact your performance of system, right? As you said, like it's something when user has the more than 10,000 record to their system, right? Okay, that's fine. Uh, as you said, like you work on validation rule, right?
Yes, not extensively, but I have worked.
Okay. Can you share your screen? I can give you one scenario. You can try the right one validation rule if you want.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. Please share your screen.
Most disabled participant screen
One second.
sharing. It's this.
Let me try to. Uh, why it is enable waiting room, hide profile and remain share start video. Oh, okay, can you no worries. You can just post it onto the chat. I don't want to waste time here to on this activity. So I have one requirement, right? So whenever I am going to write in validations, whenever I going to create a contact in Salesforce, right? So
Mm-hmm.
it should check if first of all, email field should not be blank. And second one is it should always have the domain .com. I don't want the other domain, right? On the email field. There is two criteria I want. First criteria is email
Email
address
field
should
should
not be null.
blank.
And email address should not be never null. And the second one
Mm.
is it should always check domain should be .com. If these two
Yes.
criteria are not met, it should throw an error to user to create the contact. So you should have a 3 minute for this. I think 3 minutes are enough. Yeah, so you should have your time. I mean, you can start work on this.
Okay. Thank you.
I just want to check the approach. I don't want to, complete syntax and these all things. You can just write an your approach, how you want to achieve this.
Yes, Rahul. So since there are two criterias, we'll use and function
I mean,
and uh,
that is totally up to you what you want to use. I just want the logic, like what logic you are going to. Because as I said you, I want the two condition on that. First condition, email field should not be null. Second condition, email should always keep the domain which is start from the .com. I mean, it should have the .com. It should not have a .in and something else, right?
yeah.
Yeah, so these two criteria I want.
Mm. Mm.
Okay, Priyanka, if you are not able to do that, note that is fine. If you are able, if you have done that, you can just post it to the chat. I can check that.
Rahul, just give me 1 more minute, please.
Okay, sure. Because we need to discuss a couple of more questions. That's what I want.
Rahul, I think we can move on to the next question.
Okay, no worries.
So,
Do you ever get a chance to work on flows or automations?
yes, somewhat. Not on all the flows, but just basic
Okay,
ones.
how many types of flows we have in Salesforce?
We have about five types of flows,
Mm-hmm.
namely screen flow, record flow, auto launch flow, uh,
Mm-hmm.
trigger flow, and there is orchestration flow.
Okay, what are the need of auto launch flow?
Uh, Auto launch flow. Basically, auto launch flow uh, is used so that we can um, I've not actually worked on this flow, so
Okay, no worries, no worries. So just make sure whatever question I'm asking to you, so these are the standard questions which will be asked you in the admin interview, right? So that's what I'm asking you because I think you have the more than 3 or 4 years of experience, right? So interviews has the expectation from you. You should have the understanding for these all things. So just make sure for preparation part because this is the mock interview, right? That's what I ask you, before going any further discussion, we should have your mock interview so we can have the understanding what kind of knowledge you have. No worries. Do you ever get a chance to work on screen flow?
yes.
Okay. Can I have the validation rule in screen flow while I having let's say I have one form there. Can I also have the validation rule or I can show the error message to user while user is going to click on save button or something else? Can I have the that kind of functionality there in flow?
Screen, with the help of screen flow,
Yeah, screen flow.
I think
Let's say there is you need to create new object record, right? And that's what you are using the flow for the same. You have the one button and you just click on that button, then you are calling the one screen flow, right? So my requirement is here. I want to validate to user to make sure like all the required, let's say it's required field, or let's say we have some kind of logic to make the validation, right? As we
mm,
have in validation rule. So let's say that same validations we have in our this flow. Can we do that using the flow? First of all, this question to you. And second, if yes, then can we show the same error message to on UI to user using the screen flow?
no, I don't think so. No.
No, I think we can, I mean we can do this because I did it in couple of projects. Okay, no worries. So next question to you, as you said, like you also work on uh service cloud, right? Apart from the sales cloud.
Yes.
So let's say I have a business requirement. I want to raise a case in Salesforce, right? Using the email. Let's say I am sending an email to in one email address. Let's say that is one common email address, right? And whenever user is send an email to that email address, so it should create a case in Salesforce. And second thing, so we have the kind of you have to design, I mean, this solution, right? So whenever case is getting created and whenever any resource is available there, let's say there are 4 to 5 users, support users, so automatically it should assign to them. Okay, so first of all, can you just give the answer so I can have the more question on this topic? Can you give the answer how you will be configure this? First of all, how you will configure the email to case? Then second question is how will you assign the case to available users in Salesforce? I mean,
Okay. So basically, we like there's a on demand like demand service where we have to first of all enable email to case,
mm-hmm.
and
That's what you are saying.
like, sorry Rahul, your voice is breaking.
Can you hear me now?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, so I'm saying, like, what are you saying? Which service we have to enable? Can you just repeat that again?
Yeah, we have to enable email to case and on demand service,
Okay, then
and then post that like we have to configure it
no, but
basically like.
what we have to configure, because that important part is there. That's what I want to ask you. Like, there are few steps which we need to do, because there is not much configuration. There are, I know there are three steps we need to do, but I just want to know that important configurations expecting from you, like what will you do there? In terms of configuration, what will you do? What are the steps you will perform there, right?
So like uh,
If you don't know, that is fine, Priyanka. I mean, you can just go through with it later. The question, I can just go to next, ask the next question if
uh,
you are
no,
okay.
basically so like after we enable email to case, like uh, uh, there is this html, like we have this default html email we have to enable, and uh,
Why we need to enable that HTML email? Any idea about it?
so basically that is to that is to that is to be viewed in case feed. Yeah.
Sorry, I couldn't get your point.
So that like the support agents, they can see that that email in their case feed.
Okay. Okay. So these are the two steps only you need to there, right? You need to configure. Or there are much else.
Yeah, I mean, this is what I can think of as of now.
Okay. Okay, no worries. Okay.
So you mentioned there are three steps. So if you can tell me what are those three steps, or what am I missing with me?
Yeah, I'll tell you like end of this call, because I have a couple of more questions and the call is getting as I said you, because we have the two sessions, right? So first session
Yeah,
is
right.
your mock interview and second session for your questions. Like all the questions I will take from yours, and like you will ask me the questions. I will try to give you the answers as much as I can give you, right?
Yeah,
This is the 40 minutes meetings we have. We need to record it. So you can also watch it later and you can have the idea like where you are missing something. Okay.
sure, sure, sure.
Okay, then move to the next part, which is report and dashboard. Okay, so did you ever get a chance? I mean, real time. I'm not asking about the trailhead and everything. I'm just asking about the real time experience. Do you have to implement the report and sales the dashboard in Salesforce in your project?
Not implement exactly. There are like the reports were pre-built. Like in case there is some help, some sort of filter that should be added or something. So we've troubleshooted those.
Okay. So,
So
do
it's
you have an
like
idea,
very much
like,
pre.
do you have an idea how we can create the report in Salesforce?
Yes.
Okay. So, what is the use of bucket field in Salesforce report?
Bucket fill is actually used to group within uh, the report itself.
Sorry,
Group
sorry.
It is basically used for grouping records in report itself.
Okay. I mean, can you just give me any example, like, so I'll be more understanding on this?
Uh, um, for example, sure, what example to give?
Okay, no worries.
So,
So, let's say you have created a new object and new fields, right? And you miss some. Okay, leave it for now. So that will be something, it will go into the depth. So what do you understand by about by the order of execution in Salesforce? Because that is also always important in Salesforce, order of execution. Do you have any idea about it?
Again, I learned about it, but I learned about it initially,
Mm-hmm.
uh, but
Okay, okay,
like
no worries.
ask the order of execution step by step, I won't be able to recall if, yeah, validation rules come first and then assignment rules. Yeah.
Okay, no worries. So next questions, what can I ask you regarding, so how many ways you can restrict it to user to log in into the Salesforce? What are the, I mean, restricted means like, let's say you want to implement the security mechanism, right? So what are
Mhm.
the ways you think like you can, because I think you work on more this area on user management, right? As you also said on your introduction part. So how can you restrict it to users? Hello, can you hear
So
me?
yes, yes, Rahul, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you. So this is very less time, 1 minute. I think you have to give the answer because this call is going to be end in next 1 minute. So how can you
Yeah,
implement the
yeah. So
security?
yeah, so basically we set up login access hours and login IP ranges,
Okay.
and also with the help of password, like set up password policies. These are the three basic rules.
Any other
Basic,
any other way you think like Salesforce for your knowledge? Like let me give you the hint. So one of
yeah,
the,
and there's multi-factor authentication is uh, also there.
okay, how MFA is work in Salesforce? Do you have any idea about it?
Yeah, I have this idea, like multi-factor authentication. Basically, when we set up multi-factor authentication, the user is it is basically to prevent anyone else logging into the Salesforce org.
Mm-hmm.
So basically, a token is sent, like an OTP is sent to the user mobile phone to verify if the correct user is logging in.
Mm-hmm.
So once we enter the OTP, the user that verifies into Salesforce if the correct user is logging in, and with the help of that, they can log.
Okay, Priyanka, I think this meeting is going to over.